it's Rebecca from the Glyph Stitchery. I'm here today with my breed study from the Longway Homestead. I don't think I have very many of these left coming. I don't know which breed this one is. I haven't looked ahead. So let me just see if I can get this open real quick. Oh, it's white, whatever it is. So, breed of the month, Rambouillet. Oh, I love Rambouillet. This should be fun. Okay. Rambouillet sheep are often referred to as French Merino. They were established in 1786 in Rambouillet, France. In 1840, they were first introduced into the USA, and it quickly spread through North America. They are a large sheep and fairly fast growing. They adapt well to many types of forage and can survive on sparse native grasslands, and they thrive in arid conditions. Rambouillets have adequate meat, but are raised primarily for high-quality wool. There are many large Rambouillet farms in the Canadian prairies, which they are well suited for due to their flocking instinct. They will spread out during the day to graze a wide range of land, but then bunch up tightly at night to sleep. Here's a picture. Alright, so incredibly soft, amazing handle, like Merino, but with a little bit more bounce. Very greasy, yeah. Mostly white. Does not have the same luster as Merino, but will take dye well. Average staple length 2 to 4 inches. Fiber diameter 18 to 24 microns. Fleece weight 8 to 18 pounds. Square, dense, flat tip staples with slightly disorganized crimp. All right, so I've spun a lot of Rambouillet. It is a pretty common wool if you look on Etsy for like grown in the United States wool. So I've bought a lot from, I think it was Montana, and they had a few other breeds too, but they had a pretty big flock of Rambouillet, so I've spun a lot of theirs. It's usually really soft, and it does take dye very well, and it's usually fairly easy for me to spin it pretty fine, which I enjoy. So I'm gonna get this open. As always, it is vacuum packed, so it's all compressed. And that is just as soft as I was hoping. All right. Yeah, that's very bright white too. It's nice. It's hard to see because it's raining again, so it's kind of gloomy in here right now, but it is a very bright white, not a cream. All right. So I'm gonna spin this up. I don't know yet if I'll do a 2-ply or 3-ply, doesn't really matter at the moment. And then I'll dye it for you so you can see what it looks like. But it is really nice, and even in this state you can see the crimp in it, and it has quite a lot. So it's gonna be a very bouncy yarn. So I'll get started on that. finished plying the Rambouillet. Grab that real quick. It's still on the giant bobbin. So I'm just going to skein that up, and then we're going to dye that. And I just had some thoughts about spinning Rambouillet in general, or how do I put this? All right, let's start from the beginning. Let's say that as a spinner, you are very new and you walk into a yarn shop, or you look on a random spinning website or yarn website like yarn.com or something, and you're looking for spinning fiber and you don't really know what you're gonna get. Now, most of the time, most places you go have just like maybe 5 options, maybe. Most of the time you'll see merino. Most of the time you'll see some sort of merino silk blend or merino nylon blend, one of the two, sometimes both, maybe even merino bamboo. You might see BFL, Blue Phase Leicester. That one's almost as popular as merino now. It's one of my favorite fibers, so I'm actually very happy about that. You might see something that's a little bit rougher, that's probably meant more for felting, so like Corriedale or New Zealand wool. Corriedale's not always meant for felting, but it's just an example. And then you might see some locks, something. A lot of the local yarn shops around here will have some locally grown locks that have already been washed, just in very small, like 1/2 ounce, 1 ounce baggies. I think they're probably more for felting. I don't really know. Now that's really not much to choose from. So I do recommend that new spinners do some sort of breed study. It doesn't really matter how organized it is. You can go on Etsy and buy, I think I saw one that's like 26 breeds, so that's a good start. But even if you really like merino, there are some things under the merino umbrella that are related to merino that you have features slightly different that you might really like. So Rambouillet falls under that. That's more what I was talking about. Merino has a fairly short staple length. Rambouillet and Polworth are both very soft and have a slightly longer staple length. Rambouillet is more matte. Polworth has a little bit more shine to it usually. Targhee is really soft. It's a little bit, I find it bouncier and airier. Cormo, crazy soft, like ridiculous. Debouillet, also crazy soft, like ridiculously soft. I mean, really, there's so many different ones you could try, even if you wanted to stay under the super soft merino umbrella. That could give you a completely different spinning experience, so it is worth trying out. And I really, really enjoy Rambouillet, so I do recommend that one. If you have the time to try something new, you should try that. So I'm going to get this skeined up. We're going to quickly over dye it, and that's about it for this video. I think I'm going to dye it with the Purple Pop from Dharma, because I really like that color and I want to see how it affects the different plies, like if the darker colors soak in between the plies or something. So I'm going to get that set up, we're going to get dyed, and that is it for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. There's a little bit more dye left from my last dye project than I thought there would be, so rather than mix out some Purple Pop and dye it in that, I'm going to dye the Rambouillet in this and just see what happens. There's like 4 different colors mixed into this, and I'm not 100% certain how they'll take, but we will see what happens. Let's see. Definitely going to be purple-ish. I really don't like wasting dye if I can help it. I'm just going to leave that to set, and I'll be back in a little bit.